Oh, the Baddies ATL reunion was wild. Oh Lord, there was a lot of drama between former friends. Is it Miss Judy J and Sydney Star?
Yes.
During the reunion, Judy got emotional while talking about her experience sharing a room with Sydney, who's a transgender woman. Now, Judy claims that while rooming together, Sydney reveals herself to Judy. And, she, Sydney said she doesn't understand why Judy got so emotional. Judy said that Black women should be protected and she felt uncomfortable. Do you think Sydney Starr takes things too far by showing her male parts? And do you get why Judy reacted that way? Q, what do you think?
Sydney Starr absolutely violated Judy. That is a blatant, flagrant violation, and it has nothing to do with her being trans. She could have had a vagina. It's just wrong to expose yourself to someone in an unsolicited manner. The other thing that bothers me with Sydney Starr is that she doesn't understand the social responsibility that she has been given being in the spotlight, being a trans woman. And it's funny because she feeds into every negative stereotype that there are of trans people, and it plays on the homophobes and the transphobes' fears. I saw a meme one time that says some of y'all don't fail to miss an opportunity to live out every negative stereotype that there is about you. And that's what she's doing. There is no reason why that she should have did what she did. Now, I'm going to tell you something that was triggering for me that I did not like that Judy did. And I recognize that Judy was the victim. I didn't appreciate her hijacking the protect Black women thing. All right. You know what I'm saying? I didn't appreciate it. While I recognize that you were violated, Sydney Starr was your friend. I think Judy tried to put a little extra stank on it by using the whole protect Black women thing. That's just me. But Sydney was definitely in the wrong. And I also want to say, between Baddies ATL and Jocelyn's Cabaret, they need to just throw the whole Zeus away. Just throw the whole damn Zeus away.
I heard Zeus has a valuation of $1 billion now. People are buying into unfortunately, and for them it's good, but for us, we are going backwards. Al, do you have any thought on this? You want to say anything?
Yeah, I have to tell you, Q, and this is why once again I need someone to educate me. I disagree with Q on this one. And let me tell you where I'm coming from on this, and it's because I don't know. I don't follow these young ladies. I don't know how they behaved on the show or any of that. So I need for you to educate me on this. But I feel like if we're going to have a campaign to respect and love and honor transgender and treat them equal, then we need to respect the fact that their body is their body. And like if two girls were hanging out in their room together, don't they get naked? Women get naked around each other. So because she is transgender, does that mean she can't get naked? Does it mean because she has a penis and is hanging that she can't get naked? She's a woman. And isn't this what men do it when we're all hanging out and just relaxing? We have on our boxes, we don't. Sometimes we take them off, we shower, we walk around naked. Like, what's wrong? If we're gonna respect her as a transgender and be sensitive to her body and her feelings, then aren't we supposed to respect the fact that she has a penis there too? How are you going to be offended? That's your friend. And if that's your friend, then she has a penis. And if she has a penis, then she's allowed to be whatever it is. Like, show it, celebrate it. That's transgender, isn't it? So I want to be open, because if I'm crossing any boundaries here, I want somebody to tell me. But I just feel like if we're going to say that we're going to respect transgender and we're going to respect their bodies and their feelings and all of that, then we need to respect the fact that some of them still have penises.
I absolutely disagree with you as a woman. I absolutely disagree with you. We're getting to the point now where we did need to make a correction. We do need to be mindful of the trans community, but now it's getting to the point where it's like, fuck cisgender women in some cases. It's not the same thing. I'm telling you as a woman, we don't sit around with my girls and just be naked and here's my titty, here's my pussy.
Claudia,
Wait, let me finish this point, Al. Let me finish this point. We don't do that. There's some girls that change around each other. I'm one of them that happens to not be. And I would be offended if one of my girls had her vagina all near me when we're in the room. Just because we share the same gender, I don't need to see your crotch. I don't need to see none of that. Now, if one of my friends was transgender and whipped her penis out, it would bother me. And I feel like, why are we telling this woman what offends and what shouldn't offend her because she's friends? Oh, girl, you good? That's your friend? Hell no. That ain't cool. And it's getting out of control now, where because you're transgender or gay, you get away with saying any old thing to anyone and you don't get held accountable because we're so afraid to get canceled. And we got to that is not equality, y'all. If we truly want equality, let's quit bullshitting and giving a whole group a pass on things that is not cool.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So as a transgender person, hold on now. But we got to go to commercial.
We got to go to commercial. Let's finish when you come back. Let's finish when we come back.
Yeah, we'll be right back. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. All right, soulmates, before we went to break, we were having a heated conversation about the Baddies ATL reunion and actually about what happened between Judy and Sydney Star. And we had some more things. Al, you had something to say before we went to break. I wanted to get to your point.
Yeah, so my only point is this. This is where I get confused as hell. Like, okay, so if you're saying to me that we need to respect transgender for who they are and what they are, then I feel like they should be able to do and behave the way they feel. So if they feel like that, because where I've grown up and how I've grown up, like in athletics, you are naked around your cohorts. You're naked in the gym, you're naked in the shower room, you're naked. Sorry, I'm not naked in the gym, naked in the locker room, you're naked.
Al telling on himself tonight.
I'm just saying, no, listen, if you're a freaking athlete, you've seen naked people before, cut it out. This has nothing to do with
I was not naked in the locker room around, I go change my, okay. Argument said.
Quiet. If she represents herself as a transgender, then she's allowed to go in the women's locker room, and she is allowed to be naked in the women's locker room with women. And if you respect a transgender, then that means that it may be a penis attached to that woman in that female locker room. If you're going to say you're going to support them, then you got to support them wholeheartedly. You can't support them part-time. Now, I'm not saying that I agree. I'm just saying, let me know what the rule is so I'll know what the hell to do. That's all I'm saying.
So I'm going to give you the rule. It's very nuanced, right? And we live in a world where you have to work with what people already know. And what cisgender women already know is that we are comfortable naked around each other when we see a vagina, but when we see a penis, we're supposed to run because that's a boy. That's what they already know. And you have to work with that. Something that I always say is, depending on what group you belong to in this world, you can't have everything. Okay. Now, what you're saying is completely true in a perfect utopian society where everybody is open-minded and ignorance never existed. That is how it should be in a perfect world. But unfortunately, we live in an imperfect world, and there are just some things that the trans community is not going to be able to have. There are certain things that white men can do, as black men, we can't do, and we have to swallow it. There's certain things that white women can do that black women can't do, and we have to do what? Swallow it. So there's just going to have to be certain things that the trans community understands you're not going to be able to have, baby, not in this lifetime. And that's one of them when you consider working with what people already know.
Got it. So what you're basically saying then is, for trans people, all right, that still have the penis, that they can't go to a spa. They can't go to a women's locker room and do what regular women do, which is get naked.
And that's exactly.
I just want to be clear. Want to be clear. That's all. Okay.
And that's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm cool with it. All right. As long as, because I didn't want to get in trouble for not being sensitive to the fact that they're living their lives in their truth. And if they do, then why should they have to cover up when they shouldn't have to?
And it's unfair. It's unfair. It sucks. And so many other things, but you just can't have it.
Okay, got it. All right.
I kind of get sick of being told, like, as a woman, being told how I should feel from men.
Right.
And this is happening a lot. And it's happening tonight right now.
They're not a man.
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm
not telling you how to feel.
I'm talking to you. I'm telling you as a woman what would offend us, right? Well, I'm not speaking for everybody. What would offend me? If a cis, a natural born male with this dick out somewhere.
No, that's a transgender, sweetheart. So that's a difference. That's a transgender.
Okay, but so you
woman.
Stop talking. Let's let each other talk so we can finish it, so we can hear, everybody can hear what we're saying, right? So we don't get talking over each other. Okay, it is nuance and it's a new thing, and we are still trying to find our way. And guess what? Everyone ain't gonna be on the same page right away. It's gonna take a minute. And for a while, yes, when we see a penis, even if it's attached to a transgender woman, we have the right to feel a way. And that's not saying we're discriminating against. There's got to be some boundaries here. Like I wouldn't put my vagina in a man's face. I'm
not saying that you don't have a right.
Let me finish talking. I wouldn't put my stuff out in your face or anybody else's face and just impose my body parts on you and be like, well, we cool, we good Judies. I just feel like we just got to get to a place where just behave, like keep yourself to show your sexual organs of people that you're having sex with, first of all, not just rant. Like why are you whipping anything out?
Okay.
I don't know. That's what I feel about it. All right.
Well, I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying if we're talking about equality and equal rights, then like you said, there's a curve to this of learning it and understanding it. I just feel like I'm like a black and white dude. Like that's just how I interpret stuff. If you say that we're going to give them equality, then give them equality. Don't make them feel ashamed for having a penis. I mean, if we're going to say give them their rights, then give them their rights. That's all I'm saying. It's not
being ashamed of having a penis. It's whipping it out around someone that didn't ask to see your sexual organ, male, female, trans, non-binary. Like
you're at a spa, you're not whipping it out. You're at a spa.
They weren't at a spa. They were in someone's room.
I'm not saying them. I'm just saying in general. When you're at a spa, let's take it out of this instance right here. If you're at a spa, because we've heard and seen the stories of people being very irate of transgender women being in spas and dicks are just hanging out. Okay, we have. Let's not pretend.
We're getting off the story, and like we can find examples to support our arguments outside of this story.
Move on then.
Whipping it out.
But you know what? It would be just a future reference. It would be good for us to get a trans person on the show that can really, help us with this, because it's a great conversation, and I love that we gave it time to breathe.
I do too. It was only supposed to be one segment, but I think how heated it got, and this isn't a personal thing between us. It's just two different points. And I hope people in the chat don't take it as me and Al is fussing. We're not, but we're both passionate about where we stand on this. And I think that's where we are in the world right now. This is a new thing. We're all trying to figure it out. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna move on from this story, and we're gonna be talking about.
I got more to say. I got one more thing.
Silence. We'll be back after this.